Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. And so today it is our fourth video in the series, Try a Technique. And so we'll have one more because there's 5 Tuesdays in July. So today we are going to do a technique and I'm calling it ghosting. And the reason I'm calling it that is because I'm going to be using the Layers of Beauty dies, stamp set, and masks. And those are sold on page 57 of the catalog. However, I'm going to do it a little bit different than most of the cards I've done with this bundle. And the reason is because I want to show you this technique I'm calling ghosting. So let's get started today. I am going to be using my Stamparatus, which is no longer available to purchase. It was an item that we carried for, I don't know, a few years, but then it was discontinued. And so I am going to be using mine because I love it. And it makes this really easy because it's a big giant stamp. So let's get started today. Okay, and so I've been talking about color in my Friday videos, and so today I'm going to be using these 4 colors. I'm going to be using Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo, Calypso Coral, and Shaded Spruce. And so those are my 4 colors, and I am going to be using, as I said, my Stamparatus and Layers of Beauty. So this is the stamp set, and you can purchase this separately, or you can purchase it with the dies, which is a bundle, and the masks. So if you purchase just these 2, you don't get the discount, but if you purchase it with the masks, you actually get 10% off of these 2 pieces. Does that make sense? So the dies, the masks are actually, there's 5 masks that coordinate with this, and so we'll be using those today. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to bring my Stamparatus over, and I have a piece of white cardstock. I have my photopolymer stamp adhered to the plate. Okay, so if you don't have a Stamparatus, you need the big block, the acrylic block, because this will not fit on size E, right? You need the bigger one. So I didn't really want to bring mine out, so I am just using the Stamparatus today. So the first thing that you need to think about when you're doing ghosting is instead of doing a black outline, you see I'm not using a memento pad here, I'm not using a black pad. Instead of using that, you're going to use a very light color. And the lightest color I could think of that went with these 2 stamp pads was the Petal Pink. So that is the color that I'm starting with. Okay, so I am just going to ink up the stamp with Petal Pink. And the cool thing about a Stamparatus, I don't know if you have one, but is that if you don't get a full image, you can just re-ink it. It's a stamp positioner, so you can re-ink it and do it again. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that first. Okay, and since this is photopolymer, it is going to stick to the cardstock. Oh, it's very good. Okay, so you can see it's a very light color, and which is perfect for this. So I'm going to close this. Now I'm done with that. Okay, so my next step is to use my masks. And the mask, as I said, there's 5 of them. So they are $13 if you purchase them separately. Okay, but if you purchase them separately, you're just going to be wanting the dies and the stamp set later. Trust me, I've been there. So I pulled these out, and they are marked 1 through 5, but you can barely see them, right? So I just put on here with a black Sharpie. I put the numbers so that I could read them easier. And it is important that you do them in order. So all that being said, just saying. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on here, just like that. Okay, and what I want to do is I do want to make a little, so you'll see on the dies, I don't know if you, on the mask, there's this little divot. Okay, it's a little, like a little check mark right there. And so I'm going to take my pencil, so I'm going to line this up, right? And I'm just going to line it up with the flower. Okay, and I'm just going to make a little pencil mark right there. And then I'm going to make a little pencil mark down here in the corner. Okay, and then I'm going to take my my very light pink blending brush. And I am going to use my Flirty Flamingo first. And I'm going to ink this up. Need a little scratch paper. Ink this up. Get off some of that ink. And make sure this is lined up with that little check mark and my little mark down here. Okay, that means that the flower is perfectly lined up. And very lightly, I'm just going to sponge my color onto my mask. So you are going to get a very light, because I'm not putting a lot of pressure, right? I'm just putting very little pressure, but I am coloring in all the items that are open on this mask. And you see I'm kind of, when I go over here, I'm kind of taking some of that ink off the brush because I don't want a lot of ink on there. Okay. All right, when you take your mask away, you're going to get, I'll hold it up so you can see it, a very light color over those items. Okay, now I'm going to take my second one and I'm going to line that up just like I did before with the divot and my little mark at the bottom. Okay, and now I'm going to come back with that same color, but I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to burnish a little more into this flower. These are such easy cleanup. The masks clean up with water because we're using water-based ink. So what I do is I just take them to the sink and run water over them, and they totally clean up perfectly. Okay, so I got all those. Now you can start to see some detail in those flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to close this one up because I'm finished with the Flirty Flamingo. And now I'm going to open my Calypso Coral. And I'm going to use my orange brush. I have an orange blending brush. I'm going to take my third, number 3, and I'm going to line it up just like I did before. Line it up, and it gives you, you don't even have to look at the image. You can just look at these little things here. And now I'm going to go really much. So this is an oranger color, but it really is going to bring some dimension to the flowers. So I'm really giving it some pressure. Okay, so now you can see that the roses are even more definition. Okay, so now I'm finished with that one. Go ahead and close my Calypso Coral. Now I'm going to bring my Shaded Spruce pad. I have my dark green blending brush. I have number 4, lining this up. Number 4, lining it up with the divot and the little bottom number. Okay, now I'm going to again do light touch. I don't want it too dark. Go light, light, light. My nature is to really go for it, but I can try to do it just like I'm talking. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of color to those leaves, vines, making sure I hit all of the openings. Okay. And now you can see the leaves are starting to get colored. All right. Again, using my Shaded Spruce, I'm going to go with number 5, which is the final mask in the set. Lining that up again. This time, again, burnishing more color into the mask. Okay, and hitting every one, making sure I've got every one of those covered. Okay, you ready? Take this away. And now we have the beautiful roses and leaves. Really so easy, right? Okay, so that technique, you can see the outline is soft because I did the ghosting. So the outline is soft. The inside pops more, the color, I think, because the black is not evident. All right, so we're done with that. So now we're going to cut this out with our die. So again, I'll just take these to the sink and clean them. All right. Okay, so now we're going to take our die. And we have lots of dies in this set. There's several that cut out the different flowers. I think this one cuts out. If you just want a single flower, you can just use this and it'll just cut this flower out. Okay, so that's kind of cool. They gave us the big image. So I am going to cut this out. I have my cut and emboss right here. So I'm going to cut this out with my cut and emboss. And see how this looks when it's done. Okay, so I hope you're having a good week. Wow, summer is upon us here in St. Louis. We are experiencing some very hot weather, which, you know, you can expect because it's July. And it's definitely pool weather. Okay, so you're going to use, when you die cut, you're going to use your platform, which is 1. All right, you're going to use this platform first. You're going to use number 2. You're going to use your plates, 3 and 3, with the sandwich in between, which is your image. And look at that. That is so pretty. I love it. It lined up perfectly. Gee, I don't always do that, but I did today. Yay. Okay, so there's some bonus dies. I call them bonus dies in these dies. They don't cut out anything from the stamp set, but they cut out other things like leaves. So you have these. This cuts out this leaf. This cuts out another leaf. And this cuts out a little tiny leaf. And also you get the little tag. Okay, so those are bonus dies that come. Oh, wait, here's one more. Take that back. Got another leaf. So we have 4 different leaves and the little tag. So those are the bonus dies. The rest of these cut out images that are in the stamp set. Okay, and the images in the stamp set are nice. So you get the big image, you get the smaller ones that are you can cut out. It also gets the little leaf, and then the happy anniversary and the grateful for you, which I did the grateful for you, and I actually did it on white heat embossed on black cardstock. So we're going to use that as our sentiment. Okay, so we're done with that. Now I am going to make our card out of this. And so I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo. Oops, sorry. I'm sure that was loud. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Flirty Flamingo. And then I have a piece of white cardstock, and I ran this through the Dotted Circles 3D folder. This folder is just amazing. For one thing, it's huge, and it's the biggest embossing folder that will fit through the cut and emboss because it's this wide, okay? So you can do different things, I mean, with it, but I just cut out the circles. So I have that done. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my, since it's textured, I am going to use liquid glue. And I'm going to adhere this right here. So this is 4 by 5.25. So you have that nice border, right? You have that little tiny border around. Okay, and then I have to decide where to position this. So I want to make sure that obviously that it fits on my, it will fit onto my card the way that I position it. There's a possibility if you position it wrong, it could just not fit on your card right. So you need to think about that when you're getting ready to adhere it. Again, I'm using liquid glue because those dots are very textured. All right, so I'm going to hold it up here and I'm going to position it before I see if I want to go this way with it. I think I'm going to go this way. I think I'm going to have it go down like that. All right. So if you don't want to get sticky and you have extra glue on there and you're worried, just use your silicone craft sheet to hold it down until it adheres. Won't take long. Okay, so that's perfect. And now I have my Grateful for You. And this will really pop, right? Because everything else is light. I also have a ribbon, and I have a petal pink ribbon. So I'm trying to decide where to put that. And I think I'll put that right here. Yep. I'm going to use a glue dot, mini glue dot. Oops, I don't need to open that. I have it so that it'll open this way. Okay, so I'm just going to put a glue dot on here. And I'm just going to put my bow right. Oh, that didn't even stick. It's like stuck to my fingernail. Those are sticky. There we go. I'll put it right there. Okay, so this could be a really cute birthday card or a thank you card. Okay, so I need to trim that off a little because it's hanging over and it's bugging me. And these scissors are not my ribbon scissors. I keep a separate pair for my ribbon. But look at that. Okay, so I am calling this technique ghosting. I hope you enjoyed it today. I'll be back on Friday to do another color combo video for you. So Friday will be our final color combo series in the series. And then in August, we're going to start a whole new series. So thanks for watching today. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, I wanted to show you something while I have you. So we have some new masks. Right? These are called Frosted Forest decorative masks. These are in the online exclusives. And actually you get 6 in this one. And the reason you get 6 is because you get A, B, and C. They make like a Christmas tree. You also get 1, 2, and 3. And I'll show you the cards that they make. So I did make a Christmas card. Okay, and I don't know why I decided to go with pink, but I did, and this is Bubble Bath. And so I went ahead and then I drew the trunk of the tree in with my blend marker. Okay, so there's that card. I also made a birthday card with the other masks. So this one is a birthday card, and then I made a sympathy card also with those masks. Quick and easy, super simple to use, as you could tell with the other cards. So thanks for watching today, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.